Julie, we have a few questions kind of relating, okay, if I'm hearing all this, but what do I do if I'm single? Like, this all sounds great, but I am not at this point. This one woman said, if God reveals his character through the picture of marriage, what does that mean since I'm single?
Really good question. I think it means a few things. First of all, I hope that you've gotten a sense from what we're talking about today that the finish line for a single person isn't marriage. It's not like I will be complete when I get married, because you have a lot of married friends sitting next to you who still don't feel complete, and who are still longing and lonely. And the best description that I can use, I like to use metaphors because they help me understand. But in a couple weeks, I'm really excited. I'm going to be able to take my kids to Disney World. Anybody been to Walt Disney World? Okay, so my kids are super excited to go to Disney World. But let's say that in preparation for them to go to Disney World, we get on Netflix a backstage tour of Disney World. And they get to see the Magic Kingdom, and they get to see Epcot, and they get to see all the cool things that are at Disney World. But then instead of actually taking them to Disney World, we just watch the video over and over and over again. Do you think that would be satisfying? Okay, let me tell you, single ladies, that marriage is like watching the video. It is. There's great parts. There's great parts of watching the video, and it gets you excited. But remember that the video is meant to get you excited about going to Disney and experiencing it. Sexuality within marriage, and marriage is supposed to get us excited about intimacy with God and experiencing it and being fully known and experiencing covenant love. And while you're single, basically what God is telling you is skip the video and go to Disney. Okay, so that's a metaphor, but what it's really saying is all of our longing for sexuality really isn't a longing for sexuality, it's a longing for intimacy. It's a longing to be known. And yes, sexuality is a part of that. We do have physical bodies, we do have physical urges, but releasing that physical urge will never fully satisfy you. You could release that physical urge 10 times a day and still feel empty and lonely and like you're just longing for something. And so whether you're single or married, you've got to get to that core of what am I really longing for? Am I longing to share my body with someone? Or am I longing to belong to someone? Am I longing to be known and in a relationship where somebody's never going to leave me and they're going to take care of me? And if you can really identify that that's the inside longing that you have, then there are lots of wonderful ways to begin to meet that longing. Developing intimate relationships with people. Intimacy does not equal sex. Intimacy equals we care about each other, we share, we're there for each other. You can develop those kind of relationships. Look at David, King David. He said that his intimacy with Jonathan, his closest friend, was better than the love of a woman. Now, he wasn't saying that he had a sexual relationship with Jonathan. He was saying, Jonathan's friendship means more to me than any intimacy I've ever experienced with a woman. And some of you ladies would say that's true. You have friendships with other women that are more fulfilling for you than marriage would be. They're not sexual, but they're intimate. And so a lot of it is identifying that we're putting everything in the sexual basket, when in reality, sexuality is just a piece of what you're really longing for. So I hope it helps. And also helps to remember that we're never fulfilled, whether single or married, based on our marital status. We're always longing for more because we are created for the real Disney World, not for the video of it.